Hey FLOSSTUBE, thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Shiloh and I'm a cross stitcher and knitter living in Nova Scotia, Canada, and I'm really glad you decided to stop by and visit with me. I know it's been a really rough week for all of us really over the past week and even during this whole time with the pandemic, and I just wanted to say that I really hope everyone's taking some time to really think and process through what all of these events mean for us and what we can do to kind of be the kind of people we should be. Reach out, support each other, love each other, because we're all in this together. And I think that's something that I'm so appreciative of the stitching community, is that regardless of our ethnic background, regardless of, you know, the experiences we've had in life, we have stitching in common. And that's something that just is so encouraging to me, that we can all relate to each other on those things. I think that's all I'm going to talk about things, just because I want to keep this more light and cheerful, but please know that I'm standing with you. I see you, I hear you, and I hope you're all doing okay. All right, no easy way to transition, but let's go with what I've been working on the past 2 weeks. Maybe first thing I'll start off with is the giveaway. So last video I had a giveaway for the pattern Sunshine and Shadow Sampler by Bright Needle. And I did the random YouTube comment picker, and it chose a comment from Common Spark Farm. You are the winner. Yay, congratulations. I commented on your comment, so if you could just send me an email with your mailing address, that would be great. If I don't hear back from you within a week, I'll pick another winner. So in terms of stitching, also very important, was able to get my nails done this week. So exciting. Here in Nova Scotia, we've had no coronavirus cases for the past few days, and as of this Friday, pretty much everything is starting to open back up. I mean, we do have to wear a mask when we go in for nails and, you know, massage and hair and all that kind of stuff, but it was just so good to get some feeling of normalcy back. So it's definitely not the normal it was before, but I don't know, this is gonna sound so like, I don't know, basic, but just getting my nails done made me feel 500 million times better about life. So yeah. So what have I been stitching on? So Stitchmania finished a week ago, and so I have several new starts from the end of Stitchmania that I haven't shown yet. And after Stitchmania ended, I was kind of like, oh my goodness, I just want to work on one project for a long time now. And so that's kind of what I've been doing since Stitchmania. But let's show you what I was working on. So we'll go through, I had 4 new starts I haven't shown yet. This first one here is called Southern Land by Owl Forest Embroidery, and here's what it'll look like when it's finished. Here's my start on it so far. I'm stitching this on 32 count cream Belfast linen with the DMC threads. So it calls for an Owl Forest Embroidery threads, but it gives a DMC conversion, and that's what I'm using. I really love this pattern because to me these look like jellyfish, and I had said that on Instagram and a lot of you agreed with me, so thank you. I'm not the only one that sees that. I think they're supposed to be some kind of like flower bud or something. But this is really fun to stitch, and I'm liking it because it's kind of like a monochromatic sampler, but it has like 4 colors, so I think it's kind of fun to switch it up a little bit. So got a good start, decent start on that. I also started this Like a Cherry Blossom by Stitches Through the Years, and here's what it'll look like when it's done. And here's my start. I'm stitching this on a 30 count Legacy linen. I believe the color is London Mist. It's kind of like this grayish color. It's showing up pretty good on here. And when I started, I hadn't yet gotten the colors for the Cherry Blossoms, which is an anchor floss. That arrived in the mail this week, so I'm hoping to get some work in putting in those flowers, the cherry blossoms, I guess. I really like the colors in this. It's really soft and pale, and I absolutely love the verse on this. I think it's just amazing and very important to kind of keep foremost in our minds, that kind of our thoughts come into our mind, but we get to choose what we do with them. So yeah, so there's my start on Like a Cherry Blossom. Been definitely on a kick with Stitches Through the Years because I have 3 of their patterns started at the moment. Love all of them, amazing designs. Check them out. In the drop down box below, I'll have links to all the patterns I show and kind of where you can buy them. Most of the patterns I show are PDF downloads, so it makes it pretty easy because you don't have to wait for shipping. Next up, I'm looking down at my planner because I have all of my stitching stuff written down there. The next start I had was completely enabled by Letitia from the Crafty Curator, who please go check out because she is amazing and I want to stitch everything she stitches. But she had shown this kit that she had bought, and so I immediately had to buy it from 123 Stitch, and it arrived last week and I started it. So this is called Elephants by Perman of Copenhagen. And there are 2 other pieces in the set, the horses and zebras. I think this is so cute. So it comes as a complete kit. It's not DMC floss. I'm not really sure what the floss is. And it comes with a 26 count linen. And here's my start on it so far. This little elephant, I can't even, like, how cute is he? Oh, I just love him, just love him. So it's a pretty muted palette. I think there's 8 colors in it. So mainly like these grays and browns. So it's like not a very big piece. This is how long it'll be total. But it was really fun to stitch. Like this didn't take very long to stitch, and it's so cool to see what a difference backstitching makes. Because before backstitching, this is basically just a blob of gray, and now it says cute little elephant. Love it, love, love, love it. So that is Elephants. All right, my final Stitchmania start was actually a restart. So this is Patchwork Quaker, the Monet Garden version by Weichenberg Designs, and this is what it'll look like when it's done. And I had originally started this on 32 count aqua linen that I had gotten in my Fabric of the Month Club from Traditional Stitches, and I got a fat quarter. That's what I get in my package every month. And it was just a little bit too tight on the margins for this piece. So I ordered the same linen because I thought it was perfect for this, but in a 36 count. And that actually came in the same package as my Elephants kit from 123 Stitch. So I was able to restart this. So here's my teensy tiny little start. This linen is probably more this color right here. It's this really beautiful blue, which I never would have chosen except for the fact it came in my Fabric of the Month Club. But I think the colors are gonna look amazing on it. And I am stitching this along with Megan from Georgia Girl Stitching, and we have a hashtag, which I forget, and I will put on the screen. So if you want to join along with us, or if you're just stitching a Quaker, just hashtag and join the fun, because Quakers are amazing, and stitch more of them. It's my little infomercial for Quakers. All right, so those were all my Stitchmania starts. So in total I had 16 starts for Stitchmania. I had 3 finishes of those starts, which I'm very happy about, which means I have 13 new whips to work on. Yeah. It's gonna be a great summer. I'm gonna get a bunch more finishes. Yes, I'm believing that. All right, so after Stitchmania, I've been working on kind of a couple of different whips that I had going. One of them I pulled out was not a Stitchmania start. I started this a little while ago, and this is the Flower Sampler, or Sampler aux Fleurs by Jardin Privé, and I'll put in a picture here of what it'll look like when it's done. And here's where I'm at. So I'm stitching this with DMC 632, and it's on a 36 count Xstitchmd Designs linen called Marbled Little Bunny, which is this beautiful, beautiful color. I'm really liking how the DMC 632 looks on this linen. And this is really, really fun to stitch. I'm really enjoying it. I worked on kind of this section here when I last worked on it. So I think I'm probably around halfway done-ish. And this will be a finish this year. I believe in myself, I can do it. The other whip I worked on was what I had been calling Hope Sampler. It's actually called Sampler Hope, my bad, by Stitches Through the Years, and here's what it'll look like when it's done. And here's where I am. So I had a moment of panic in which I realized my border was a little bit tight. So apparently I don't know where I got this fabric. I think I got it from Stash Unload, and I thought it was a 32 count, but it's not. It's more of like a 30 count. So my border is like quite tight on the bottom, but I think it'll still fit. Well, I mean, it does still fit because that's the bottom border. It's gonna be pretty tight, but believing positive thoughts, it will work. Anyway, so I worked down to get to the bottom border because I was very stressed that it wasn't gonna fit. I'm stitching this with all the called for colors, which include DMC, Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, and Weeks Dye Works. I'm really liking these over one letters. I think they look so pretty. I love this poem. It's so beautiful. I love the colors. Just still slightly stressed about this bottom border, but you know what? I have over an inch. I think it'll be okay. The main thing I'm concerned about is just that this fabric is very frayy, so I'm just worried that it's gonna fray in the bottom, but it's fine. I just need to stitch it quickly so that it's done, and then I can get it framed and I won't have to stress about it. Or I'll just stress about it. Okay, and then the project I've been working on for like the past 3 or 4 days, which I'm really, really enjoying, is Salsa Sweet, which I looked up and is French for no worries or carefree or something like that. And here's a picture of what it'll look like when it's complete. And here's where I'm at now. So this is showing the fabric really nicely. This is a 32 count vintage country mocha Belfast linen. And I'm using DMC 902 and I'm using DMC 738 for these back stitches that are over top of the stitching. So I did this little fish, which I think is just the cutest thing ever, and the little duck. And I also worked on this section here with adding in the other animals. And this is just so fun to stitch. Like I can't put it down. It's so fun. I love all the patterns. Long Dog Designs is just so amazing. Their patterns are fantastic and I love them and I just can't highly recommend them enough. So I would recommend starting one. That's my stitching I've been working on. What about knitting? I have been working on my Hue Shift Afghan because it's amazing and I love it, and it's been really good to just like chill out, sit on the couch, knit, and not have to think. I find with stitching, I still have to do some thinking because I have to do counting, and with knitting this Afghan, there is no thinking required, it's just knitting. I am getting very close to finishing it. It's getting really hard to show because it's so big, but basically I have finished, oh, like my shirt, I love this shirt. I am almost done. So, okay, this quadrant is done, this quadrant is done, this quadrant is done, and the only thing that is still left is I need to add 2 more rows to here, and then it will be done. It's really hard to show on a video, so if you look on my Instagram, I have a fairly decent picture, if I do say so myself, of it so far. And once all of the quadrants are done, I just have to pick up stitches all the way around to do the border, which will be black. And it's calling for you to knit the border this way, but I think I might do kind of like 5 stitches across and then just pick up each one, because I don't want to have like the whole length of the blanket on my needle. I feel like that's just going to be really heavy. In my mind, this is going to work. We'll see when I actually go about trying it, but I think it's going to work. We'll see. No one tell me if it's not going to work, because I just need to try it and see. I also started a new shawl. This is the High Sierra shawl by Rosemary Hill, and here's what it'll look like when it's done. I started this and I just couldn't put it down. It's super, super fun to knit. It's really hard to show what is on the needles because it's all bunched up and doesn't even look that nice, but I'll just kind of spread it out a little bit so you can see. So it's basically an alternating lace with nice big chunk of yarn in my mouth. It's alternating lace with some garter stitch stripes, more lace, garter stitch stripes, more lace. It is just so fun and relaxing and beautiful, and I love it. I'm using Michael's yarn, so this is Michael's Loops and Threads brand, and it's wool-like. So it's 100% acrylic. It's super soft, and I really, really, really like it. It's so cheap too. Like you get 600 yards for $4 Canadian. So it's probably even cheaper in the States. It's a very light yarn, so this would be like a light fingering weight, or I think, which is like a number 1 or something. And that's what weight yarn this shawl called for. So I'm really enjoying knitting it. It's very, very fun. You do these sections of stripes and then you put in these lace panels. It's beautiful. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm around halfway done. I think there's 6. There's a couple more lace panels to go. The rows are getting long enough now that it's like a little bit more effort to do, so I set it aside, but I'm hoping for a finish for that. It's a really nice lightweight yarn, and I'm really enjoying knitting on it. So that's all the projects I've been working on. What did I get in the mail? Ooh. I actually got a couple things in the mail this week, which was very exciting because the mail is starting to, I feel, pick back up again. This first pattern I got from Creative Quarters, Shelly. She is on, oh my gosh, YouTube. She's on YouTube, and her channel is, oh gosh, what is it? Can't remember, put it in the, I'll write it right there. So her shop is creativequarters.ca, and she offers free shipping to the US and Canada for all charts. Like, can you beat that? It's amazing. And I got this chart, which was the Green Sack Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. Look how cute this is. I love it so much. So, so beautiful. This is going to be a start sometime soon because its colors are right up my alley. Obsessed, obsessed. Also, check out Liz Matthews' YouTube channel because she's fantastic, has lots of free patterns she gives away. Not gives away, like makes for us. And she's just like super cute and really fun, and it's really cool to see kind of the behind the scenes of how a designer goes about getting inspiration and designing their charts. The other charts I got in the mail, I was completely enabled by Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts because she had done, or sorry, she recently started With the Needle 2 by Lila Studios, and it's beautiful and I absolutely love it. So I went to Lila Studios Etsy shop and I was like, oh my goodness, I need a bunch of these charts. And usually I just buy PDF charts because shipping is so expensive, but Lila Studios actually had very reasonable shipping to Canada. It was only $5 Canadian, which I was like, well, I guess I have to buy these paper charts. She doesn't have all of her charts available as PDF because some of her newer ones aren't available as PDF yet, so that's why I went this way, and this was way too much rambling about something that doesn't even matter. Anyway, I got these charts in the mail. So this first one is Quaker Welcome by Lila Studios, and oh my gosh, isn't this just so pretty? I love it. I love, love, love it. So this will be a start soon. Like, look at that cute pineapple. So cute. This will be a start soon. Oh, fun fact. That's the year I was born. I think this is supposed to be like someone's wedding thing, but it could be a birth sampler for me. Gosh. Okay, I need to settle down. The other one I got is the AS sampler, circa 1890, and OMG, can you not even? I cannot even because this is amazing. This one calls for you to pick one color of thread, which is used for, I think it says in the back, like 98% of the design or 90% of the design. And I haven't decided. I kind of like this blue. I'm also kind of toying with just stitching the whole thing in one color and not doing all these like accent colors. I haven't fully decided yet, but I love this one, and this will be a start sometime soon. Or maybe it'll be a start next Xstitchmd because I don't really need any more starts. I don't need, but I want. Oh man. There's just too many beautiful projects, right? And like, I'm not complaining, please keep designing, designers, but like, I wonder, it would be really handy if we could stitch with like both hands on separate projects, you know? That'd be great. So those are my acquisitions for the week. And I wanted to just give a quick shout out to a new FLOSSTUBER that I discovered. This is Amy at the Globetrotting Stitcher, and she had her first FLOSSTUBE video posted, I wanna say a week or so ago. And it was fantastic. I so enjoyed it. Amy does a lot of traveling for work and has gone to some amazing places, and I'm really excited to continue to hear more about that, as well as to see more about her travels once she is back traveling again for work. She also has some beautiful projects. I am partial to Rose Quaker because I'm also, well, kind of working on it. I have it as a whip, haven't pulled it out in months, but now I'm inspired to get at it again. So Amy, thanks so much. Welcome to FLOSSTUBE, loved your video. You guys should all go check her out. So I think that's everything I have to talk about. I'm all like discombobulated today. I mean, my hair is a mess, like, but my nails look good. So I think that's all I have. The weather's pretty blah out today. So my plan is just to get in lots of stitching time. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope that you get some time to just take care of yourself, you know, with all the stuff going on in the world. I think sometimes we can just be like, it's fine, I'm fine. But it's okay to not be fine, and it's okay to be like, you know what, I just need to disconnect for a while so that I can make sure that I'm okay. And I know for myself, over the past week, sometimes being on social media can be more, triggering than helpful. And I think it's important to kind of recognize that. And if you're feeling like it's causing you more stress than it is helping, to take some time away from it. Yeah, that's my little soapbox. I think it's so important for us to all recognize the things that make us feel happy, feel safe, and kind of embrace those things. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for the stitching community and for everyone that's speaking up and standing up. You guys are all amazing, and I just feel so proud to be a part of this community. So take care, guys. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. Bye.